Waiting for people to pop over. I can't see whether anyone's here. Hannah's doing a
Oh,
housekeeping
sorry.
today.
Yeah, only one of us. Sorry.
Hello, everyone, whoever's
Yeah.
joining us. People are here. Welcome. Say hello to us in the chat. We are here for our monthly live Q&A and chat and everything crochet. Whatever's happening, let us know. Let us know where you're watching from. We always like to know how far we are reaching across the world. So I'm here with my lovely friend Hannah from HanJan Crochet. We're both working on something. I'm pretty sure we're gonna share in a minute. And we've already got loads of people popping in. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Yeah,
Lovely to see you.
from Iowa in the USA.
Nice.
Morning. Oh, lovely from Lincolnshire, not too far
Lovely.
from where I grew up.
And we've got
Here from Ohio.
hi, everyone. Wow, people are coming in. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's
in the
so
US.
lovely to have you all here.
Definitely. Tell us what you're making. Tell us what you're up to. And if you, before I forget, I'm going to show everyone my mug that I just showed you. I bought this. It's back to front, isn't it? Because our mirror image. But this says sweater weather. How awesome is this mug? I mean, maybe it's just me that gets pleased by things like that. But
No, it's amazing. Honestly, it's really spot on.
like a reel or something, don't I? With it.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlotte's here from Australia. Hi, Charlotte.
Lovely.
Bedtime for you.
If my geography knowledge is right, I think Australia's heading into summer. Is that right? Because they're the
Yeah, they must be getting
southern hemisphere. So right.
Oh,
We've got people working on your lovely swan show. It's amazing pattern. Honestly, it's so lovely.
I'm very excited. Yeah. Here. So Facebook doesn't tell us your name, I'm afraid. So pop your name after your comment on Facebook, and we'll know who you are. Ordering yarn for the granny. It's called the Franny Granny Poncho Swancho. I didn't know what to call it. I didn't know I didn't know. It started life as a poncho, which is the one behind me there.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I'll pop some sleeves on that for another version. And I did that. And then I got reliably informed that it's actually called a swancho if you put sleeves on a poncho, because it's like a sweater poncho
hybrid.
I did not know this. I'm reliably informed.
Yeah, because I actually did a coatigan as well. So that's like a hybrid between cardigan and a coat.
Yes.
I think Michelle's got coatigan in your collection as well. So that's another hybrid type thing. Yeah.
So like a coatigan is just like kind of a heavier, is it? Or a more structured cardigan?
Yeah, so I did mine I pulled it in a waist, and then I had like a flared out bottom bit. So it kind of looked like a crocheted coat type thing, but it was kind of still a cardigan.
Collar and stuff. Yes.
That's it. Yeah. So it had elements of both, and it was real fun. So it's fun sometimes to mix things up.
Definitely.
And definitely your swancho is right on the money.
And there's Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Thank you for letting us know it's you. And Junie's here. Hi, good morning.
Hi, Junie.
And Heather's here. I did wonder, I've seen your name there, Heather. I wasn't sure if you were Trevor or Heather or. So, good morning, Heather. And someone asking, are you live on YouTube? We should be. I've got green lights for all of the channels here, so we should be live in our Facebook pages and groups and on our YouTube channels as well. So wherever you're joining from, hello. Leslie's here as well from Ohio. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Leslie. Hello, everyone.
Lots of lovely people. So yeah, we're both in the UK, aren't we? And we're over with, I don't know, I hate to talk about the weather, but it's been so wet here. It's been so wet and miserable and rainy. But this morning, my husband, so Elliot, our eldest, has got his inset day, so a day off school, and he's taken him to a big theme park, but they almost didn't go because the weather was so bad. But they've gone like togged up with raincoats, umbrellas, absolutely everything. And I was like, well, you can just do the water rides. It doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the reason I'm in the t-shirt now and I just popped a little bit of crochet on is because my house is currently absolutely boiling. Because after the wet school run this morning, every single radiator in my house is covered in wet clothes. So I had to put the heating on. So it's like a little sauna in here, but I thought, right, I've got to fly the flag for crochet. So I
Definitely.
just put the shawl on, but I still got short sleeves because honestly, it's boiling in here. And from experience, we know that these cameras that I'm using, they don't like heat a lot.
Exactly. No, they don't. So fingers crossed it stays
Yeah,
behaving.
this will be a proper test, yeah. But
Oh,
it's obviously it's dry now. So we got absolutely soaked on a school run, but it's dry and sunny and quite nice at the moment.
oh dear. We next hear good morning from Louisiana. Lots of people from across the pond.
Lovely.
And Jennifer in Devon, hello. It's sunny here. Oh, good. Send it our way.
Yeah, we have a little bit of sun as well, but I'm pretty sure that by 3 o'clock, when I've got to go back to school, it's going to be
Of course,
pouring down again.
like it knows, it just turns the tap on as it's time
Yep,
for everyone to go out.
precisely. Yeah,
Oh, Heather says it's rainy, chilly fall day here. Yeah, that time of year.
perfect day for crochet.
Perfect day for crochet. And Charlotte saying, hello, Hannah, perfected your granny squares. I'm ready to start on your blanket, but I can't find the pattern. Is there a video anywhere? Which blanket? Tell me which blanket. Tell me which blanket. I'm sure there is. Lots of my older patterns don't have video. So if it's one of my older patterns, then I only started doing videos probably in the last couple of years for every single pattern that I launched. So if it's a much older pattern that you're talking about, then possibly not. But if it's one of my newer ones, then it probably does have a video. But yeah, just let me know which one. Oh, look, Jeannie said, I just looked up Veronica's coat again and it's awesome. Love the flared bottom. Yeah,
Thank you.
it is awesome.
It was a labor of love, I do have to say, but I love the shaping. It's a really figure flattering design, so I'm really pleased with that one.
And peplamy stuff is still really, really in, isn't it? I've seen quite
Yeah.
a lot of that still, like structured makes for like autumn and winter, definitely. Whereas the
Yeah.
summer seems to still be quite floaty and not structured, basically.
Yeah, fabulous.
Definitely.
So let us know what you guys working on. We're both crocheting away with Hannah. I'm making a hat for my older boy. I already finished the smaller one. Let's see if I got it. Oh, there it is. So I'm making a bigger version of this.
That's cute.
And I'm just kind of letting the yarn do the talking because it's like a nice variegated yarn.
Yeah.
So this is for my smaller boy, and I'm making a matching one for my bigger boy. And I was even thinking of doing headband for myself, so we're all gonna match in the school run.
Well, what yarn is it?
So this is Hobby Fantasy.
Oh, nice. What weight? Is it like an
This is a bulky, so it really works up super quick. And it's really great for pom-poms as well. It's really like fills up the pom-pom really great. I've actually just published a blog post today. I did like a little yarn review for Hobby for a couple of different yarns. So this is one of them, and I used it for the hat. And it's just like not sounding salesy. It's really it feels really tough, but really soft.
Oh, that's good.
Like a perfect yarn for kiddies' hats that gonna get stretched and thrown and what have you.
Let me just find you. I'll find the link for that post if you like. Let's do that. There we are. Hobby yarn review. This looks good. What other yarns did you try from them? Because I haven't tried many actually.
So I went for like two ends of the budget. This is like budget friendly, just your standard hardware in acrylic, bulky. And then I went for cashmere. I actually got it here.
There we are. That's the link if anybody wants to go and have a read.
One of these days I'm going to fall off this stool live on the
Twist around.
This is the other one. This is a wool cashmere blend.
That's nice.
And it's like we were talking about the wiggle test at the summit, and I mean, look
at that wiggle. Ooh,
look at this wiggle.
I like it.
So it's really pretty, really delicate. So it's gonna be hopefully a lovely sweater at some point. But that's what I was saying, two ends of the budget, because one ball of this is 50 quid.
Oh, how much?
50 quid.
Oh.
So I really chose wisely for the review because I wanted to go really budget friendly and then really something special. So I mean, this is 200 grams.
Yeah, you could make a lot with that.
You could probably make a whole shawl out of this
Yeah,
easily.
yeah,
So it would be like a really special present. So I think I'm
yeah,
quite pleased with my choice because I wanted to hit the two ends of the end of the scale when it comes to budget.
yeah. Heather's saying that I really like all the yarns I've tried from them, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how do you say it? Hobby, Herbie, Herbie? I'm not quite sure how you meant to pronounce it.
Hobby?
Hobby? I'm not sure. Anyone knows? Tell us. Tell us. How.
Yeah, I don't quite speak Danish, but yeah,
I
just
was gonna say
hobby.
the Danish. Yeah, no, me neither. Ah,
So yeah. And I tried one of those neck lights as well. That was really cool. And just a little organizer for like bits and pieces. So
oh, nice.
yeah, just a few things to give it a go. Because that's what I'm saying. Like you can look at yarn on your computer, you can read about it, you can look at the colors, you can read about the fibers, but unless somebody tried it and they can tell you like, this is quite hard wearing acrylic, perfect for hats,
Good for
it's
this.
gonna
Yeah,
withstand the washing, it's gonna withstand the stretching, then you don't really get that from a computer screen or from like a description on a website. So I like yarn reviews, I like reading them, I like chatting to friends about yarn as well, because I remember I messaged you before about some wee crochet yarns as well, because I wasn't sure. I was like, is that the proper weight? Does it feel like a DK, or is it thinner? Is it thicker? So we had these discussions before, didn't we? Just trying to find out the inside info on some yarn. So
and
yeah, I do like the yarn reviews.
as a designer, I won't ever publish it. I have had yarns in the past either sent to me or I bought myself that I have tried, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to recommend that yarn. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but it just didn't work for the project that I had in mind, and I'm not going to do that to anyone that follows me, any of my audience. I'm not going to say to you, I think you should buy this yarn if I wouldn't use it myself. So any
Definitely.
yarn I use in my patterns is a yarn that I think works really well for that project, and would work well for you too. And the same with I always put generally 3 yarn substitute ideas in my patterns, and they're all yarns that I generally put the same ones in most of them because they're all yarns that I know and love, and know that
Yeah.
work well,
Yeah.
as well. Oh,
Yeah.
Julie, I'm waiting for my swatcho yarn. So I'm working on Brianna's cardigan with stash yarn. Yeah.
Lovely.
So yeah, so shall I tell it? If anyone doesn't know what we're what we're talking about here,
Yes.
I currently I'm in the throes of it. Began, I don't even know what day we are now. Yesterday, officially, a crochet along called "Not Your Average Granny Square Crochet Along." I find it really hard to say. We should have called it something shorter. I'll put the thing in the corner there. Look up there. So you can take a picture of that, and it will open up in a browser for you, and that will tell you everything that you need to know. So our lovely friends that we've both worked with, haven't we? Brianna from Brianna K Designs, Michelle from MJ's Off the Hook, and myself have put together 3 garment patterns, one of which is this poncho swancho thing. Brianna has made a cardigan with squares they're in the diamond shape, well, not diamond shape, but they're set as diamonds, like
Yeah.
these are on my yoke here. And that's a V-neck cardigan or a V-neck sweater version. It's a really simple change, and that's included in the pattern. And then Michelle has designed this glorious coatigan with these puff stitch squares. Sorry, someone's walking past my house, so my dog's. So there are the 3 garments, and then we got carried away and we added bags as well. So there's also 3 bag patterns using different granny squares or hexagons as well. So anyone that we kind of wanted to, like, the granny squares are everywhere, aren't they? Like, they're really big this year, and we kind of wanted to give a nod to that, but not kind of go, you have to make, because a granny square, it doesn't have, and that's why we said it's not your average granny square, because they're not all technically granny squares, but it's kind of that vibe and that kind of feel. So we're challenging anyone to come and join us. There is a free version on our blogs if you want to see them on there, or there's a whole collection that you can buy and save lots of money if you want all of the everything together. And it runs until the 8th of November. So yeah, a little while to go, and lots of people are lots of people are joining, which is awesome.
Yeah, there's loads of versions. I've been eyeing up all the posts in your community groups. People are already speeding through all the patterns, making up lovely garments and the bags. So
When is on the live yesterday that we were doing, I made enough granny square. I made 10 granny squares on the live for a new yoke for another one. Like, they don't take that long. I did it in
no,
like an hour and a bit. So that's
yeah,
quite
it's that sense of accomplishment as well, isn't it? Because when you start in a yoke on a sweater, and when you make one round, I mean, you have made progress, but I mean, one round on a massive yoke, you think like, ugh, that
yeah.
just pages, and I haven't really got anywhere really. But when you're making those granny squares, once you complete one, you say, oh, one down, and maybe I don't know, another 10 to go. You know, it's that, you know, tick it off the list, move on. I'm
And
doing.
lots of people get annoyed at them, but I think they're great because they're good for on the go.
Yeah.
Like, that the bag behind, I made most of that on a really long train journey, and I just had all of my yarn in this big bag, and I just whipped out square after square after square. You can
Yeah.
just take them with you wherever you are.
Yeah, they're definitely super portable, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, Someone made all the squares for your beautiful poncho, Leslie.
Hey, Leslie,
Fantastic.
awesome. What colours have you gone for? Tell us, tell us. Oh, and
Um,
Leslie popped a message up before that. Yarn recommendation is new to me, but Serene, love the colour change. It's just gorgeous. So, Favori Batik. Oh,
Okay.
sounds fancy. So their multicolour is just fabulous. 100% acrylic and really soft. Yeah, do you know what?
Lovely.
I'm doing the more and more acrylics that I work with. So at the moment, I'm using Mellow Spun from Mary Maxim, and it's 100% acrylic, but it's actually really lovely. And I'm making a garment in it. And I know it's like that magic formula of the right stitch and the right drape and all that kind of stuff. But it's such a lovely fabric. It's really soft and
Oh, it's
really,
beautiful.
it's really nice. So
Yeah,
I'm really because I think people think of acrylic as squeaky and stiff and
yeah.
uncomfortable and sweaty, and it's really not. Like, if you get that magic formula right, is it?
No, that's the thing. Like, I think when people first get into crochet, they might end up buying like the cheapest possible ball of yarn just to give it a go, which is understandable because, you know, if you don't get into it or if
Yes.
it's not for you, then, you know, it's not much money wasted. But then to kind of you need to then get that really cheap nasty acrylic out of your head because there are so many different acrylic yarns that are just amazing. I mean, I've used the Mighty Stitch for my cardigan, which it has got 20% wool in it, so it's not plain acrylic, but 80% acrylic definitely outweighs the wool content, and it's just the softest, silkiest, the most beautiful yarn. Honestly, the cardigan is just amazing. So yeah, that's the thing, just trying to get away from that really cheap, nasty acrylic.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the other side of the coin is that, do you know what? There are some really affordable wool yarns, and what yarns that you might sometimes be surprised. Don't always exclude them and think I can't afford them, because some of them aren't that much more expensive than the acrylic yarns. So, like, I just shop around.
Yeah,
That's the best thing I can say. Definitely,
yeah. I
definitely.
do have to say the softest yarn I used was Scheepjes.
Yes. Well said.
Merino soft. That was
Oh, I love that yarn. I really love that
yeah,
yarn.
honestly, that yarn is just like a cotton candy in a ball of yarn. Honestly, so soft.
You can't even really feel the hook going through it, can you? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's so dreamy to work with.
yeah, absolutely. I did my romper, the little romper I did not long
Oh,
ago
yes,
in that one, and
I
it just flew off my hook. It was probably combination of the camel stitch because I love the camel stitch
yes.
with that yarn, and it just flew off my hook. And honestly, I was so pleased with that design. So yeah, the yarn definitely played a big role in it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Let's have
And
where are we? Oh, Heather is saying I have 9 of the squares done for this poncho. Oh, you're nearly there. I'm using grey for the squares and then doing a gradient of 2 blues for the rest. Oh, I can't wait to see
lovely.
that. And Ashley's saying good morning. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning.
Telling us. So 2 shades of grey, and then I had to bring in a warm tone, chose terracotta. Oh, nice.
Lovely.
For triangles, I incorporated smoky blue, which will then. Oh, that sounds amazing! Oh, yes. I'm so
That
excited to see that.
does sound very good.
It does. It does. So you were saying about your cardigan, though. Are you allowed to give us a peek, or is it a big secret, or what can you tell us?
I don't know. Well, it's happening, so I mean, it's happening. So, I think you finish your crochet along on the 8th of November, but on the 6th of November, I'm starting my crochet along for a cardigan. It's collaboration with the lovely folks at We Crochet again. So this is just a little sneak peek.
It's epic. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna work this
I've already seen this.
beautiful arrow stitch and run the little detail just down the sleeve as well.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's 6th of November, it all kicks off, but I haven't got any sign up links or anything ready just yet. So Hannah's gonna pop up the just the email newsletter sign up, because that's the best place to be.
Yeah.
If you wanted to then find out all the details about the cardigan, crochet along.
Point there. Oh, Vicky's saying gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
It is. It is. And so that's the mighty stitch that you used, yeah, for that?
So this is the mighty stitch. So yeah, if I just, it's really, it's got a lovely sheen. And I mean, just look at that.
Oh, so lovely.
Look at that wiggle test. So it's really, really lovely and drapey. It's not stiff at all. So it's a beautiful yarn to work with.
Yeah.
Almost feels like the merino soft. It really flies off the hook. It's really smooth. So yeah, that will be the crochet along on the 6th of November. So I'm hoping people will join me. And if you wanted to know, then just pop your email or the email address on the sign up. But I'm pretty sure we will be popping live again or during the crochet along with Hannah as well. So we'll share all the details as well.
Definitely. And what kind of length is it, or is it adjustable, or?
It's really easy to adjust because I worked it bottom up. So you start with the bottom hem, and you work all in one piece. So the front and the back panel is all worked in one piece until you get to your armhole. So there's no side seam, as you can see. There's no ugly side seams, no seaming at all.
Brilliant.
So you just basically carry on repeating the full row for however long you want. If you want to dust the lens, by all means, carry on. You want crop lens, so yeah, you can totally customize the lens. The original one I made in a different yarn was a bit longer. That kind of came just under my bum, but this one kind of sits nicely on the hip. So I made this one slightly shorter. But yeah, it's really easy to adjust the length and the width, to be honest. So I do have loads of videos to come to go along with the crochet along. So it's all gonna be great, hopefully.
Yes, it will. It will. It will.
Yeah.
And I can't remember, what kind of colours does the mighty stitch come in? I think it's one that has quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, there are a few to choose from. I went for the similar one to the original one I made, because that just what fits in my wardrobe. I wanted it to be practical and kind of like a neutral color that you can just throw on with.
There's loads of colours.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. And I don't know if we should tell everyone this, but in November, We Crochet are having a very big sale. Well, they have a sale every year, so I'm assuming they'll have a big sale this year as well. So that will be
they do. Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, they got massive sale, and without saying too much, I think the mighty stitch might just be thrown in there somewhere. So we shall all see.
Everyone loves the card. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And I think so that construction I think is awesome. I've never done a construction. I should do one like that actually, but because I think just like people that get intimidated by understandably making garments, actually you're just starting off with a big rectangle, aren't you? You're starting off, it's like making a blanket to start with. And I think it's like once you get into your stride with doing that, then it's like, okay, now I can split, and then you just make a split for your sleeves, and you carry on and make three more little blankets, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. And then the only seam on the entire cardigan is literally the one on your shoulder.
Wow.
So there is no ugly seaming. There is no being, oh my gosh, this is going to look messy.
Yeah.
It's literally one seam across your shoulders. And it's one of those seams like that you seam top of the stitches to top of the stitches. So it's precisely, you can, to be honest, I even crochet my seams together. I don't use needle at all.
If they're stitch for stitch, then I crochet stuff together.
Yeah, and it's so much easier, so much neater. And I feel it's even like the seam becomes a bit stronger if you use like a single crochet.
Yeah.
So you basically just single crochet through the two stitches together, and there is no ugly seams, and it's pretty strong seam as well. So it's just the two little seams on your shoulders, and that's basically it for the entire cardigan. So
Oh, Vicky's asking, can you tell us what yarn that is designed in? So it's the Mighty Stitch, isn't it, from We
yes,
Crochet?
so that's the Mighty Stitch. I do have some spare balls here.
It's a worsted weight, isn't it?
Yes, it is a worsted weight. So that's it's back to upside down, back to front, mirrored. So yeah, you can see the lovely.
It's got a nice sheen, hasn't it?
Lovely sheen on it. Yeah. So yeah, it's super wash wool as well. So it should really withstand a lot of wear and a lot of if you need to wash it.
Yeah.
It even says machine wash cold and tumble dry low.
Oh, blimey.
Although I wouldn't risk it, I do have to say I probably wouldn't risk it. But if you are brave, then you can actually stick it in a washing machine and in a tumble dryer, apparently.
Do you know what I have washed blankets that I have made in the past? I have washed, and knitted blankets I have washed in the washing machine, just like on a gentle, like the children's ones that have got really mucky, on a gentle wash, and they've come out fine. They really have, yeah. But you need to know that you're doing it, taking that risk. That's
absolutely, yeah.
That's the thing.
And of course, do it with a yarn that says that it's designed to be, Right, my dog's not happy. What do you want?
I thought I should give you yarn.
No, do you know what? We've got a glass front door, so the sun comes in on the stairs. So she normally lies on the stairs in the sunshine. So yeah, I think that's where she wants to go.
Yeah, both of our dogs are proper sunbathers. They love lolloping in the sun.
Right. So Hannah, what are you working on? Are you still doing your granny squares? Because you were doing some yesterday, I think.
Granny squares, yeah, but no, I'm not. I needed to do something. I hadn't decided yet on this sweater which colour I was going to do next, but I decided this morning, so I'm doing this. So this is this is a very sneak peek. The beginning of next year, hopefully, if I get my act together and get it all done, I'm going to be releasing a series of yoked sweaters. So top down, round yoke sweaters. And this is the plain one, shall we say?
Lovely.
And it's just colour blocked. But obviously you could do it in a solid colour. And I think I might do another one for the video in a solid colour, just to show her, because they look like different colours used in exactly the same design, like can completely transform it, can't they?
Yeah.
Completely change it. And like I've seen this already in like my testers that did my poncho, like someone did it in a solid colour and it looks like a different garment, like completely different. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on. But
fabulous.
Working ahead of, we're always working ahead of time, aren't we? Always ahead.
Yeah, definitely.
Months ahead. I remember once when someone asked me if I would like to do a design for them. A company asked me if I could do a design for them, and I said, "Oh yeah, that would be lovely." We talked about it, etc. I said, "But I just have to tell you now that I'm 6 months ahead of time. I need to," and they were like absolutely horrified. So they were like, "What do you mean? We need you to do this next week?" And I'm like, "I can't. I've got everything lined up, ready."
Definitely, yeah. We've got a lovely tip there from Vicky. I tumble dry my crochet things inside a zippered pillowcase.
Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.
Brilliant, yeah, it stops that friction kind of between the item and your actual machine. So yeah, very good idea.
If you've got anything, if you put anything else in with it as well, it stops it from catching on anything, doesn't it?
Yeah,
because I've
definitely
done that with other things, not crocheted items, but with other things before. Definitely.
Yeah.
There we are. Oh, that Roxy I can hear.
Gosh, do you know what? I don't know what she wants. I think she might need to go out.
Oh, bless her.
I think I might have to pause myself for 5 seconds.
Do it. Go sort her.
Is that all right? Just to how do I get myself up? Can you take me off for 2
Yeah,
seconds?
yeah, yeah. Let
I'll
me.
be right back, promise.
You're gonna leave me stranded. See you in a minute. Oh, I had to do that the other day when I was on a long phone call with someone, a video call with someone, and I had to say, I'm really sorry, but my dogs are going crazy. They're so noisy. Ashley, say hi, Ashley. Saying, I'm crocheting a lap blanket with a ridged chevron stitch. Oh, that sounds lovely. I'm seeing loads and loads of textured things at the moment, actually. I mean, I know I say the granny squares out and about everywhere, but loads of textured stitches and really, really straightforward stitches as well. I don't know if anyone else is seeing that. And the other thing I wondered this week as well is what colours are we going to see for next spring and summer? I'm always intrigued as to what colours people think are going to be out. Because of course, like working 6 months ahead, I have to think of like, oh, what colours will people want? Like obviously I designed this to be like this kind of autumnal time of year. But yeah, let me know what colours you think will be out next year, rather than, I don't think it will be pastels. I don't know why I think that. I think there'll be still vibrant and bright colours for next year. But I'm really trying to push myself, and I did with this one, to use more colours rather than solid colours in my garments, because I just naturally lean towards just plain, straightforward garments, and I love them and I love wearing them. But I know lots of people like using lots of colours. Oh, and Heather's saying, I haven't been brave enough to try machine wash any of my crochet garments yet. Yeah, don't. I wouldn't. If you can get away with hand washing and you're happy to hand wash, then I would just stick with that. And Ashley is saying, to make the ridges, you crochet in the back loop only. Yeah, I love a back loop, me. I really do. Oh, Veronica's back. She's back. Hey, there she is.
Hello, that was very imminent toilet break.
Oh, good. Well done. She was definitely in need.
Definitely, yep.
Ashley was just, I was just chatting rubbish there, but Ashley was saying she's crocheting a lap blanket with the ridged chevron stitch, and to get the ridges you crochet in the back loop only. And I was saying that I'm seeing loads and loads more textured stitches being used in crochet at the moment. I don't know if it's the time of year, I don't know if it's just a new trend coming in, but lots of people are being brave with post stitches, with back loops, with lots of different ways of creating texture.
Yeah.
Love
And
it.
it's such an easy switch, isn't it? Because I did it for my wrap as well. It was the ripple stitch, and I did that. You kind of single crocheted back, but rather than going in the top loops, I was kind of single crocheting around the post of the stitches. So it's such an easy switch. And honestly, the whole look of the stitch was just completely different. So yeah, those are really easy changes you can make that will produce totally different results.
Definitely, and we were talking about colours as well. I've been asking people what they think, what colours will be out, like in the spring and summer of next year.
Okay.
Because I love neutrals with pops of jewel tones. Now, you see, I think jewel tones will be really big this Christmas time. I feel like,
Okay.
yeah, I feel like that. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Just a feeling.
So, yeah, definitely.
I don't even, what is the Pantone color of the year? I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
I don't know.
Let me just have a
I
quick.
was designing a wearable around the feather stitch. Oh, I love the feather stitch, which, as you know, is very dense, but I'm obsessed. I'm thinking a poncho because it would still be airy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you want something that's got some movement in it. And do you know what? I did the feather stitch on a cowl and mitten set that I did, but I used a yarn called Wonder Fluff from We Crochet, and it's just so light. And I used a huge hook for the yarn, and actually it felt like going through butter. It was so lovely to use, and that worked really well for the feather stitch. But yeah, there's just a lot of yarn it uses, isn't it? It's like puff stitches, isn't it? They use a lot.
Yeah.
So that sounds lovely, really, really lovely. But yeah.
Someone crocheted while being blindfolded.
Oh gosh, let's see that one. Ashley, Barbie.
Okay.
You know, I knew someone who did granny squares in the cinema. Like, she knew that she could do them without looking, so she took me
Yeah.
to the cinema and did them in the dark.
Lovely. Oh, yeah, I suppose 'cause you're not going through any loops
No,
rather than
no,
just
you're
the
just going through it. It's easy
spaces.
to feel with your fingers where the holes are, aren't
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, if you are looking for a project to take to the cinema with you, granny squares are way to go,
they?
and you'll be halfway to making Hannah's, swancho.
You will, you will.
'Cause, yeah, those are classic granny squares on the top, aren't they, for
Yeah,
your
really
yeah,
traditional. And I do these ones I did with a chain one space. Some people don't do chain one spaces, do they? But I did here because I wanted it to be nice and light and airy and not
yeah,
heavy. Obviously, if you don't do the chain one space, it just makes it a bit denser, doesn't it, and a bit tighter.
yeah,
But I went for the airiness. But I'm actually designing something else in the granny stitch. But I don't. I wanted it to be a tighter fabric because it's not
yeah,
a garment, so I didn't do the chain one space. And people do different things at the corners as well, don't they? Now, I only do a chain two at my corners, but some people do a chain three, uh,
yeah,
and it sticks out just that bit further. But
yeah.
I've done all different types over the time.
Yeah, it's just basically what you want the square to be. If you want it light and airy, stick those chain spaces in there. If you want it a bit more closed up, then yeah,
Isn't that a great thing about crochet? Is like you don't have to make that big a change for it to make a significant difference to the whole project.
yeah, absolutely. And do you know what I actually caught? Somebody was making one of Michelle's was it a granny pop sweater thingy?
Yeah.
And they actually, instead of just a plain granny stitch, they did the middle stitch by working
Oh, it's
through the
fine.
top loops of the stitch below.
Yeah, I saw that. Completely changed the whole
And
thing.
it
Yeah.
absolutely, it looked so much different, and so, yeah, really, really cool. So, that's the great thing about crochet, like, literally you change a loop or you change a tiny, teeny technique, and you get a whole different kind of look and feel, so, yeah, that's what's great.
Definitely. Michelle has joined us. Hello from Bakersfield, California. Nice to see you. I'm new to your channel. Welcome, Michelle. How are you? And what are you making? What are you crocheting? Tell us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I was just telling Veronika before we started though, so my parents, my mum and dad are on their way to see me. I don't know when they're arriving. They have a long trip. Well, it's not as long as your as your parents' journey would be, but it's about a 3 hour drive, and I haven't seen. They haven't been here rather since the beginning of the year, since my mum became unwell. So I'm very excited. So if I jump up, it's because they're arriving.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So have you got any plans for the weekend or just soaking up the time with your parents?
Yeah, just time, because I think my mum hasn't really left the house very much since Aprilish. So I think even just the journey to get here will be enough.
Yeah.
And the children are really excited, and my eldest, well, both of them love Lego, but my eldest in particular, so he and my mum loves doing Legos, so they're going to sit and Lego. My mum doesn't know this yet. I don't know if she's watching. Mum, you're doing Lego when you get here.
Ah,
Something nice and straightforward and easy. But if hopefully the sun will shine tomorrow, and we'll be able to sit in the garden together and
lovely.
crochet. And normally when Mum and I get together, like we sit and crochet together in the evenings and things.
Yeah, that's nice.
That will be
That's
really nice just to catch up properly.
so it's shoes with thick bottoms for you over the next few days. You don't want to step on any Lego bricks.
Oh my goodness. So we have a lot of Lego. I don't feel like we've bought much, but we obviously have over the years, or been
Mm.
given it as gifts and stuff. And I don't. Do your boys like Lego? Are they Lego boys?
Yeah, but Jacob more than Cole, the older boy, is into it a bit more. But kind of like, I really want this Lego. I really want to build it. He gets it out of the box and he goes, "Here you go, build it for me, please."
Oh no, so Elliot's the opposite. He's like nobody touches my.
Okay, that's good though.
Once he's made the set, he'll then dismantle it for like, and this makes me like horrified. He dismantles it and then he will combine it with something else, and he's really creative and he makes his own sets of things. But now we have no idea how to
That's
make
what.
all the sets of all their things. So we've got all of these instructions leaflets, and we need to kind of, yeah. sort
Separate it,
out.
yeah.
But I find, like, he's really creative, and that obviously just makes me so happy that I
Yeah,
just actually, do you know what? You can create what you like. So
yeah.
yeah.
And do you know what? If you ever got any spare Lego bits, whatever you got left, there is I think it's an app, I believe, that you take a
Oh,
picture of
yes,
it on a
I've
flat
seen this.
surface,
Yes.
and it actually scans all the little bits you've got left, and it gives you little ideas of what you can build with those little leftovers or spare parts or whatever you got left.
Love it.
Really clever.
Oh, we've got some updates from people here. So Jamie is, oh, hi Jamie. Just received my yarn for the Not Your Average Granny Cow. I can't choose which project to do first.
I'm
Oh,
not surprised, Jamie. I'm not surprised at all.
sorry, we didn't mean to make it difficult.
So did you get yarn for all the projects? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, well, so this is the thing, because lots of people were saying, like, this is the yarn that we use. We used Upcycle Alpaca Blend, the worsted weight. It's a really lovely yarn. It's an exclusive kind of mill end kind of recycled yarn, and it's really high quality, and therefore is a bit more expensive, but we managed to get a coupon code, so there is a 50% coupon code for everyone that signs up for the crochet along, which then makes it much more affordable. But people, I have said, like, this parchment color that I use for the yoke and for my sleeves, I used a lot of. But then obviously each of these, there's only about 2 rounds of each color that I use. So if you're going to go for a multicolored version of any of our projects, then make sure you make the bags, and make sure you make that. Like, I made 2 bags, 2 full size garments for me, and 2 hats that will be coming soon, and also all out of 1 ball of each of these accent colors. So they do go a long way
Yeah,
if you use them carefully throughout all of your projects. So I would say, if
definitely.
you're going to make more than one thing, choose a base color and make sure you've got enough of that, like this parchment, for example, and then just one of each of the rest of the colors, and you'll have loads of yarn to use for all sorts of different things.
Yeah, and then it's like you're gonna have like a nice matching set of everything because you're not necessarily using the same stitch, but just the colors will tie it all
Yeah.
together, like your
So
bag with your
this
poncho
bag
and your hat.
is, yeah, this bag uses all exactly the same colors that are in here, and the bag behind uses the same colors as in the poncho version.
Yeah.
It's
But
really
it looks so different, doesn't it?
nice. Yeah.
Because it's different granny squares. It looks so different to your swancho, but then still kind of ties it all together with the colors. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Jennifer's been fantastic and has looked up the colour of the year is magenta.
Oh, lovely.
And next year's colour from Pantone is an orangey salmon colour. Now that's much more my thing.
Yes. Like
Orangey
a coral type. Lovely. Nice.
Oh, and Jamie said, I haven't got enough yarn for all, but have some wool of the Andes in my stash that I would use as well for one of them. Yes, I think
Lovely.
this will work really nicely, actually. Definitely. Oh, we've got
Fantastic.
people popping in as well. Gosh, I can't believe the time is almost gone, but we're
I know.
hello from Georgia.
Hello, everyone. Whoever's joined us now.
Yeah.
Oh, Vicky had to log off. Have a lovely day,
Oh, bye,
Vicky.
Vicky. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
The,
Thank you.
yeah, the adult responsibilities are calling.
Indeed, indeed.
They will be calling me in about 10 minutes when I have to go and get my little boy from the nursery because Fridays are a little bit shorter for him. So, yeah, I will be called back to duty at 2 o'clock.
Indeed, indeed. The day goes so fast though, doesn't it? Even
Oh
when
gosh. Yeah.
between drop-offs and pickups and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's never ending, but lovely. Not so much this morning, but yeah.
The rain, no.
Oh gosh, I know, I know. And do you know what? I was so, I was rushing around this morning, and then when I got home, obviously, when we got home with my smaller boy, because we walked Jacob to school, we were soaking wet, so we both got changed, we both got dry, and I dropped my boy to nursery. It was nice and dry. And then I was driving back home, and I thought, do you know what? My older boy is sat at school with soaking wet shoes, soaking wet socks, soaking wet trousers. So I actually went back home, got him a brand new, like a new set of trousers, socks, and
Oh,
his
good.
black trainers. And I actually went to school and got him all changed because I honestly, I could not. just sit at home in my lovely, warm, dry home with the idea that my boy is sat in a school for the next 6 hours in
Oh,
soaking. I mean, wet feet to me are like
oh
the
no,
worst.
wet socks are bad. We we did that once with Elliot when we got to school. He was just so wet, and we walk over a mile to get to school. And so I said, by the time I get home and then get back again, like, and
Yeah.
the teacher was like, don't worry about it. And they found some spare, like they did not fit.
Oh,
They found some spare dry clothes that are dry. That's all that
yeah.
matters. And he went around without socks for the day, and he wore his PE shoes and things. And I went and collected him later, and they dried everything out on the radiators at school.
Oh,
And but he honestly, he looked so funny, and he was like, "They don't really fit me, mummy." I was like, "It doesn't matter as long as you're
they're
dry."
dry. Yeah, definitely. Honestly, like I've got my trainers. I was pouring water out of my trainers this
Oh
morning,
no.
and I thought I'm not even gonna leave him for next, like not even for a minute in those wet shoes because that is horrible feeling. I hate that.
No, bless him.
So yeah, I was all kind of rushing around this morning with all this rain just threw me off completely. So I'm very thankful for this live chat now because look, we're sitting crocheting. I'm sipping on my coffee in my cup, and it's just a lovely end to a working week for me.
Okay. Oh, there we are. Oh, Leslie's words of wisdom: "This too shall pass, ladies." My both in high school now. Time flies. It does indeed. It
It
does.
does.
It does. It does.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not moaning about the school runs. It's part of being at school and stuff. But when it's torrential rain pouring down on you,
And I think when it's such bad weather, like it doesn't matter how you get there, whether you walk, whether you cycle, whether you drive, however you get to where you're, and it doesn't even have to be school, like wherever you're going,
Mm,
like however you get there, if you're caught in torrential rain, it's just miserable, isn't
yeah,
it?
definitely, definitely. And you know what? We do, actually, our school is not even that far.
Oh,
That's what's even worse. It was like
my
literally
God.
it's a 5-minute walk to be honest, but we were just so soaked. It was unbelievable, honestly. And there was, to be honest, there was some flash flooding in the area as well. Luckily not anywhere around us, but yeah, it really came bucketing down. It was awful.
Oh dear. Right. I think I'm going to have to sign off, I'm afraid. It's coming to that time.
Yes.
We thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And shall I just pop the links in again for the bits and pieces that we're up to? So, Veronika,
Yeah.
highlights of today: Veronika is doing an awesome crochet along that you have had a very exclusive sneak peek at. I'm so excited. Make sure you sign up for that. And it's a really, really cool construction that I think if you've ever been worried about making garments, this is the kind of construction that I think would work really well. It doesn't feel necessarily as if it's beginner friendly, but it really is, I think.
Yeah.
And that's the link there as well that I've just popped. So that's Veronika's link there, and there's a little QR code up here. If you're watching on replay, you can still take a picture of that, and you can jot this down and click on that link. And then this is the one for me for the Not Your Average Granny Crochet Along, where you can come and join me and Brianna and Michelle to make all sorts of things inspired by grannies. Not grannies, granny squares. So yeah,
Not your average grannies.
average grannies. So yeah, so come and join us wherever you can, everyone, and thank you for coming today. We will be
Yes.
back next month. As always, we'll figure out a date and let you know nearer the time.
Absolutely, yeah. And I will be popping live as well for the crochet along just to help along everyone. But I've got honestly, that's why I've made another version because I was filming the whole process. So there is hours and hours of video tutorials. So
Um,
even if you never made a garment and you kind of look at it and think that looks way too complicated, honestly, it's not. Once you get the hang of the stitch, it will be so easy that you'll be so pleased that you joined. So please join Hannah's crochet along for now, because that one is live and running. And then when that one's drawing to an end, I'm gonna come in and keep the cal going.
Perfect timing, isn't it, actually? Perfect timing. You start literally 2 days before ours finishes. It's
That's
perfect.
it, yeah. We're not gonna give you any crochet breaks. We're
No
gonna go
breaks,
straight
no
into the next
breaks.
one.
Brilliant. Oh, lovely. Brilliant to chat with you as always, Veronika.
Absolutely, right back at you, and
Definitely.
thank you so much for
Yeah,
everyone that joined us today. It was lovely chatting to you, and like I said, a lovely kind of come down from the stressful morning for me. And yeah, we hope to see you very soon in November, definitely in November. We'll sort out the date and let you all know.
definitely. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye, everyone.